Let me share this. Okay. I can never tell anymore. I just have to throw it up there and see if it works. Okay. So, yeah, I have a lot to say because the last video left off at sort of where I was with my parents. And like they didn't come down for Thanksgiving is what I basically said, and it was really depressing. I cried a lot about it in the beginning, but the last few days I haven't really been that emotional about it, and I'm thinking that a lot of that has to do with the fact that I just know that this is what's right for me, and I know that I have to do this for myself. I can't live for anybody else anymore, and I can't live doing things just because my parents want me to do them, or because they think that I should do things just to please them. I'm really tired of people, too, saying that I'm too young to make this decision, because, in my opinion, out here by myself, having this experience, plus having the experience of my brother being in prison, and all of these different stories that I have from other things, I know that I do have life experience, and I know that I know what my life is supposed to be. I think that people should be proud of that I have that knowledge, that I know what I want in life, I know what I should do, and I know what I need for myself, and I know what I need to do to get it. And I'm proud of myself for that, and even if my parents aren't. And I'm a straight A student. I'm almost 4.0 here at Pitt. Pre-med, I'm in the drumline. I'm heavily involved in student organizations. I'm a leader. I do things very well, and I don't understand. I just think my parents have a lot to be proud of. I think that it sucks that they have this one thing that they are not going to get past, or may not get past, because I know that I'm a good person, I'm good at what I do, and I'm going to change things someday, and I'm proud of that. I'm also proud that I have found the courage to do this, to say that this is what I want, and this is how I'm going to do it, and it sucks if you don't agree with me, but that's not going to change me. It's not going to change who I am. And, I mean, I've had, in the midst of all this crap, a lot of good things happen. And what happened this week after the instance of the weekend, I had an exam on Tuesday. It was a makeup exam from when I was sick, with swine flu, of course. And I stayed up the entire night with a friend, and I was studying, he was writing papers, and we were absolutely hysterical. Like, I hadn't slept in 2 days, and he just was smoking like a chimney. But we stayed up the entire night. Ended up going out for waffles before I had to go take my exam, ironically enough. But during the exam, I just knew that I had completely screwed everything up, because I really couldn't focus in studying. I couldn't focus on anything that I had to do. I should have been studying for the exam all weekend, but couldn't. The exam was in functional neuroanatomy, so it's not something that I could have just pretended to know. And it was a pretty bad experience with that. I knew after that exam what I had to do. I emailed my professor, and then I left for a little while. I went to talk to a friend of mine who was a professor, and he helped me out a lot. He made me feel a little better, and let me know that I always had a place to go if I needed it. And then after that, I went to my office where I do research to talk to the person in charge of our lab, the lab manager, because I had been not doing as well with the work that I had to do, and I wasn't keeping up. And I really didn't want her to think that I was slacking off, that I needed to tell her what was happening. And it turns out that her cousin is transgender, and she knows a lot about these issues, and she was very there in the moment and is willing to be there for me throughout the entire process, and even act as sort of mediator between me and the lab and trying to explain things to other people that work there. And that floored me. I mean, I didn't think she would have any experience with this at all. Like, but, and the ultimate good, wonderful experience that showed me that people out there in this world do care and they're ultimately decent and understanding is what happened with the professor that I went to see after I had emailed her for my neuroscience class. I went to talk to her, and let's just say that she and I have a very similar background when it comes to family, same kind of family situation, same kind of father. Turns out her brother is gay, and that there was a time that she didn't go home for Easter because she needed to send a message to her family. But with this woman, I felt that there was just an understanding, you could read underneath our sentences, and we just knew what the other person was feeling, and I can't tell you how good that was to have that happen that day, to have this woman tell me that she understands and basically agrees that, yeah, your life is getting harder, but at the same time tell me she has never seen anybody quite like this, who has such a level head and has so much going for him, and it was really good to hear. And I just walked out of that room at that moment and crying almost and smiling that something that could happen to me, that something that God is, or something is out there telling me that I'm looking out for you, and even though things suck right now with your family, there are people out there who know that you're doing the right thing for yourself and who trust you, and everything's gonna be okay. And it's just, it sucks that it happened with my family, but I don't know if I have hope for them. I really don't. I'm upset that they're reacting this way. I know that they will never love me like they used to, even if they ever come to accept this. And my hope is that they turn around and can love me again, and we can be a good family again. But I doubt that's gonna happen. And I doubt I'll ever be able to change their minds, or anybody will, because they're just not willing at this point, and maybe they never will be. But if my family can't love me for who I am, then maybe they shouldn't be involved in my life. And that's really all I have for now. I'm sorry I had to end on such a depressing note, but I do have a good head on my shoulders. I am happy with myself. Even if my family isn't, and my situation right now is shitty with them, I'm happy with myself, and I'm proud of myself for what I'm doing, and nobody can take that away from me.